I'm ranking the best and worst suburbs in Houston in 2026. Not just based off looks, but price, safety, traffic, and overall lifestyle. And yeah, some of these, they might even surprise you. If you're moving to Houston or even thinking about relocating or buying here, you need to stop what you're doing and you need to watch this. Because two neighborhoods could look the same online, but completely different in real life. So on the top of the list, I have Sugarland. Sugarland is one of the neighborhoods that I always recommend to my clients that's looking to relocate here or even buy here, only because it's just so many good things happening in Sugarland. Sugarland is an area that have very good, clean neighborhoods. Right, you're having clean neighborhoods, low crime rate compared to other like cities or surrounding areas. It's very low crimes, little to no crimes, and also you're getting the best school district in the area. In Sugarland, you get the best school districts. The homes are usually newer or even well maintained, and you get top of the line communities, master plan communities. Can't get any better than that, guys. There's also shopping centers, restaurants, malls. There's everything that anyone could ask for in that community, right? Sugarland have everything you could possibly ask for. You wouldn't have to drive 30 to 45 minutes or even an hour to these things, right? They're all in the little area that you're in. You don't have to go downtown and search for these things. They're all in Sugarland, so you don't have to worry about driving just to have fun. It's there, guys. But some of the downfall or downside of Sugarland is that it's not necessarily cheap. It's not cheap, um, but then again, you have to pay for good things, right? If you want finer things in life, you have to pay the cost. Also, they do have high property taxes as well. There's also HOA fees as well, high HOA fees. I wouldn't say high, but there's HOA fees. Some people don't like HOA fees, but to live in Sugarland, I'm not saying all of the homes or in the area have HOA fees. But if you're looking for new construction homes and master plan communities, get prepared for HOA fees. But if you want to live in a neighborhood or area that's safe, quiet, it's established, then Sugarland, top of the food chain. That's where you should be looking if you're looking to buy in Houston. Number two, we have Katy, which is one of the fastest growing communities that's growing in Houston. It's great because they have a lot of new construction and master plan communities as well. And you could also get modern home because a lot of people reach out about modern home. You get modern homes in that community without going to the downtown or downtown area where most of the modern homes are at. In Katy, they also have that available if that's what you prefer. It's also very family orientated, right? There's great top of the line schools like Sugarland. There's parks, great community. They're safe, low crime rate as well. So, you know, that's as good as it get as well, guys. Katy is definitely one of the cities that you guys should consider, and it's only going to grow bigger. It's only going to get better, and it's even if you don't want to live there, it's a great place just to buy real estate for investment purposes. Some of the cons about living in Katy is that traffic it gets bad, right? Especially on the highway I-10, traffic is crazy in that area. Also, some parts of Katy flood as well. So you have to really make sure that whenever you're buying in the area or in Katy, you have to look for neighborhoods or areas that doesn't flood. Make sure you ask about flood insurance, flood history. Just ask questions when you're buying in these areas, especially flood prone areas, because last thing you want is for your house to be flooded, right? So make sure do your research. You get the right realtor that knows what they're doing and knows about the city. Number three, another great area that you want to invest in, especially if you want to be if you're a family man or family woman, is say Cypress, right? Cypress, you get a lot of housing for your money, right? If you want a lot of land, if you want a lot of housing, if you're one balling on a budget, Cypress is the place that you need to go and invest in. If you want bigger homes, quiet neighborhoods, or even if you want to be a little out of the way, you want to be kind of out of the way. You don't want to kind of live the city life. You want to be out of the way, but not too far from the city. Cypress is the way to go, guys. Check Cypress out. Promise you won't regret it. And it's constantly growing. It's developing more new communities. new builders. And again, it's a great place for your real estate. If you want to build your real estate portfolio, great place because you're going to always have renters that want to live in the area, right? Top schools. It's overall a great community. You won't regret making that investment if you're a real estate investor. Some of the cons about this is that this is more of like a family oriented community where main people that lives there, they're concerned on school, kids, walking at the park, things of that nature. They're more of like a slower life compared to if you're like in the city. If you're looking to go clubbing or having not having fun but like partying and just you want the city lifestyle, then Cypress is in the area for you. Not so much Katy as well, right? Um, they're more like family oriented neighborhoods where it's like slower life, everything is kind of at a slower speed. So I guess that's the con, right? But if you want peace, space, and newly built homes and communities without paying a crazy price tag, then I'll say Cypress is the perfect and best area for you. In the number 4 position, we have Pearland. Pearland is one of the most balanced community or neighborhoods out there in the whole Houston area. You're closer to the city, which is very big, and that's a plus compared to Katy or Cypress, right? It's also very diverse. It's very diverse. Also have really great restaurants, really good food spots, and it also have mixture of older homes and also newer homes. There's a lot of older homes in the area, but there's a lot of new communities in the area that's also being built. Some of the cons I would say is that Pearland, there are some areas that flood. So again, make sure you do your research to know what part floods and which part don't, and always buy in the parts that don't flood, right? And also, it doesn't really give you the luxury feeling compared to places like Sugarland, where when you're in Sugarland, you could feel, you're in a nice area. You could feel the luxury around you. You could, you feel like you kind of made it, right? So I would say that's some of the cons. Still a great city to live in, still a great community and neighborhood to live in, but you just don't feel like as luxury as you would if you were living in Sugarland. But overall, it's a solid and well-rounded neighborhood. Especially, you're not driving crazy like a long distance to and from work, right? It's not a crazy distance from the city downtown. So, if that's the lifestyle that you want, something close to the city and kind of out of the way, then I'll say Pearland is a really great option for you. And now we're going to talk about like some of the worst areas that you don't want to live in, right? You don't want to live in these areas. I'm not saying it's like bad. I'm just saying that when you're buying in these areas, you have to be more strategic. You got to be more careful um, because it's not as fancy or safe or good schooling compared to the 4 that I just spoke about, right? So the first area that we have to kind of stay away from is Greens Point area. Throughout the years, that area has always been known as like a rougher area. Um, be careful when you're looking to invest in that area, right? Schooling might not be the best. Communities might not be the best. Safety might not be the best. So you have to be more careful and really do your research on the area that you're looking to buy in. Even though the area are seeing like some big improvements when it comes to like construction, there are improvement in the area, but again, crime rates, schooling, safety, those are big things, right? And if you want to live in an area where you see your property and the value of your property is going up as you live in the area, I'll say Greenspoint is not necessarily your property isn't gonna you're not gonna see as much equity or value going up. So another reason why you don't necessarily want to buy in that area, because if you're looking to buy real estate, you want to see equity in your value in your property. You want to see value going up in your value, and being in good schooling, safe communities, and communities that we just recently spoke about, that's how you build equity. That's how you see the value of your property increase. Another area that you want to kind of stay away from is the A-Leaf and Sharpstown area. Again, guys, stay away from these areas. I'm not saying it's the worst areas to buy in, but it's not the best area to buy in. So yes, the homes are affordable there. You can find really affordable homes in these area, but at what cost, right? Is what about safety? You might be good on your street. What about the street next door to your street, right? So um, I feel like safety is, biggest thing when it comes to home buying. So I'm big on safety. Um, it's not the best areas when it comes to safety, and it's not a lot of new construction. It's more older homes, and most people nowadays are looking for new construction homes, newly built homes. They don't want anything like kind of ran down or old, right? So that's what the area gives. Another bonus is you don't want to stay in communities or areas that's really, really far out from Houston, right? It's like there's Houston, and then there's like Sugarland, there's Cypress, Katy, and there's also areas that's even way further out from those cities, right? So that's just another bonus. Even though you could get really great pricing, big houses for really affordable and cheap, um, when it comes to finding jobs, it's going to be very difficult, right? You might have a job in the city, and you're driving hours. You're driving hours to get back to your house. Your hours commuting, gas. Especially right now, gas is crazy right now. So you really got to be strategic and careful whenever you're buying your house and relocating. You have to know where you're working, how long it's going to take for you to get from your work to your house. You just have to be really strategic, guys. So even though in these areas you might get more housing for your money as well, you're losing a lot of time throughout the day. And most valued thing is time, right? You get everything else back in life, but you can't really get time. Time is valuable. And if you're just constantly on the road wasting time, then you just can't get that back. So here's the truth: there's no perfect suburbs in Houston, Texas. The real truth is you're always trading something. It's either price versus location, or even space versus commute, even safety versus affordability, guys. It's always something. That's just the honest truth. So the best area is really the one that fits your lifestyle, not the one that you see online. Is what you prefer and the lifestyle that you want. So thank you again for watching the video. If you like it, please like, subscribe, turn that bell on, leave your concern in the comments, and make sure you stay tuned for the next video.